So obstructive sleep apnea. Well, I'm going to be personal. Many years ago, when I was a teenager, so that's many years ago, my father had obstructive sleep apnea, and I'd listened to him snoring, breath holding, gasping, and I'd count the intervals between when he started breath holding and when he gasped for air. But as a teenager, apart from obvious concern, didn't really know too much about it. And in those days, well, let's just say it was a different culture medically. I'm not entirely sure it's moved ahead as much as it could have done, but that's not the point. Anyway, that went on for some time. My dad had a heart attack, and at the time, of course, nothing was. There was no association. I was going to say determined, but there was no suspicion of association, I suppose. And then about 6 months later, he had a massive heart attack and died. Now, is that cause and effect? I don't know. Is there an association? I don't know. Was it coincidence? I don't really know. Am I prepared to risk that and the consequent effect on the families of those that are affected when I can do something about it? No, I'm not prepared to ignore that. I have a role in healthcare, and that is to go beyond do no harm and to do some good. And I know this to be scientifically proven fact, and I know it from experience. May not be scientifically proven, but I know that that this is something which at least exists as a probability. I'll even go, we can water it down and say possibility of affecting people's health. That for me is reason enough to do something about it. Now, if you're a busy dentist in practice and you are involved in traditional dentistry, it not only makes no sense, but it would be very difficult to justify both for the running of the office and financially, suddenly throwing that all out the window and saying, no, I'm going to be a biologically oriented dentist. But I think it does behoove us to look around and say, how is the geographic landscape of what we provide and the value of that, how is that changing now? So there are always ways of doing things if you want to do something badly enough and or want to do it well enough, and that's why we have teams. And so the possibility exists perhaps of being able to have team members run little, and it depends which viewpoint you're looking at. If you're watching this, then probably this won't be the first thing in your mind, but on the other hand, maybe it is of concern, and that is as a profit center. A lot of dentists, perhaps you've got to be careful here, but a lot of dentists will use a hygiene department as a profit center. And now we all know that without adequate hygiene, nothing that we do as dentists is going to last anyway, but that's not the point. So why not just go this extra step, since periodontal failure is going to mean failure of our dentistry. Chances are failure of having an adequate airway is also going to lead to, on many occasions, to the destruction of what we place in, no matter how good it is. So from a personal standpoint, I think I can say it's affected my life to the point where I can't ignore it. Not only personally, but as a dentist. And so I'd like to just throw this out there amongst whoever sees this, that maybe just looking around, we don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We can just, I don't know if that's relevance here, but as a saying, but the bottom line is, let's see if we can just be aware of the potential value of incorporating something like this into our offices and our daily lives. So the intention of these, it's not a presentation, what is it? Just sort of saying hi, really. These YouTubes, there we are. It covers a multitude of sins. These YouTubes is just to share my thoughts and my concerns, hopefully for the betterment of us all. Anyway, so without going on, without further ado, I'll talk to you later on. Thank you.